I think it is so special in a world that is as full as The Witcher is here in The Witcher 3. It's full of activities, life, quests, adventure, that ignoring that Necker ruining my solitude, there's actually quiet. There's actually legitimately just space. Ah, dude, get out of here.
I like that silver.
How do you like that silver, huh? My goodness. You happy now? Ah, yes. Where were we? Ahem. There's actually just quiet and a space to meditate and be peaceful and thoughtful. And I think that's special. I think that's hard to do well. It's hard to genuinely create a world that is, on one hand, full and exciting and adventurous and pulls you in, while also creating just a little room to breathe. You might say, Dad, you just walked up a hill. Yeah, but darn, it was a nice hill. Okay, relax. I'm enjoying the view. I'm enjoying the moment. I'm having a moment here. Sheesh. All right, we're back at the Runewright. I don't know if I like this guy.
The world's never-ending creation be praised.
True. But really quick, we never did ask if he likes it here in the Northern Realms.
Northern Realms. Like it here so far?
Oh, yes. Never have I seen woodland so expansive, or skies with such colors brushed. Nordlings, however, peculiar they are. Tight-lipped, closed within. And bandits the high roads riddle. But on the horrid conflict this I blame.
That's a good point. Like maybe, what is that kid doing with the stick back there? Those poor pigs. All right, really quick here.
Craft something for me, would you?
Before we forget, I wanted to put on the blade from the bits, the Runewright for preservation. It says the armor table and grindstone bonus never expire. That's a flat 20% bump to damage, I found out. So we're going to go ahead and pin this. Go over to the shop. And grab one of each of these. If we can here. Pretty significant amount of money to make this happen. And then go ahead and for the minute, we'll put that on. It has been enchanted. Very nice. And hypothetically, it will add a socket. We can add more than 3 sockets. No, okay. Just sockets of things that don't have a socket, sure. And we're going to go ahead and unload our cash on him. For now, at least. We'll try and make some more later.
Brought you more coin. Put it towards better equipment?
Thanks in the thousands. Too kind you are to me, truly.
So we're out 15,000 so far. I don't think this is something that you should...
Hard at work. Good to see.
A few days later.
Ah, yes. Commissioned have I tools. A fitting set from Novigrad crafters. Many arms and legs they charged, but renew my work in earnest I now can. New runes, glyphs, and diagrams created I have. An eye you should cast. Find one to your liking, perchance.
Hey, cool, thanks.
So, nothing holding you back now?
From making master-crafted runes, you mean? Much more coin I will need to do so, sadly.
Wow. Another 15,000 for a total of 30. Here.
Got a bit more coin for you. Better be all you need.
For tools it is enough, but ingredients rare also I require.
Nope, not gonna happen. Now let me see what my coin's bought.
have I all I require.
Sure about that?
My running costs to cover small sums will suffice. And no more rare stones do I need.
Almost too good to be true.
A cask of wine from the homeland I have. Our mutual success we should toast. Your health. For your aid, I thank you. My newest creations to examine you may wish. Invited you are to do so.
All right, let's see what you got.
Wouldn't mind a glance at what you got.
All right, so as you can see, he now sells the fancy runes here. These big, like the little ones here are a 2% bump. The medium ones here are 5, and the big ones are 10. Pretty significant. And we go into his crafting tab here. For enchanting, you can see there's now a much more robust list, but we still need to pay for the service and pay for the runes. Because we've not like invested in shared ownership or anything. We literally just, we had like almost 50,000 coins. We're now just under 10. We'll be okay though. But so these are all the possible ones here. I don't know. Like this one's probably really good, increasing the range of some skills we're not using. Or this one like increases potion duration. I mean, they're all pretty decent. And what was the other one we could change here? So right now we have one that just deflects all arrows. Yeah, see, this would be crazy strong. When an enemy affected by Axie dies, that's the mind control, it just transfers the effect to the nearest target. Yeah, that's pretty great. Yeah, enemies affected by Axie last for 2 seconds longer, or it increases the duration by 2 seconds each time they land a bow. Igni's basic attack now strikes all enemies instead of like in a cone in front of us in a full 360 degrees. Wow, these are actually like really, really good. When you enter combat, you will automatically get a quench shield without any stamina. Oh, I think we're going to leave when an opponent dies, just flat retribution, just always returns 30% of damage to an attacker. These are all really good. I'm sure there's like fancy builds that make sense to have. There's no achievement for this. I mean, the quest is technically over. We got some XP we don't need. But I think it's cool. I think it was worth giving a, I was gonna say the good college try, but we gave him more than that. We gave him like all of our money. But I feel like, excuse us, skis. I feel like it was worth exploring and trying out. One other thing, we're here in Skellige now. This like little sneaky cave. And I've been unreliably informed that there's an upgrade to our armor in here. I am absolutely doubting it. But if there is, we're going to try and find it. Okay, a page of the Dancing Star. Don't know anything about that. Some kind of warning about maybe a monster in here. Big Kraken. Manuscript on the full moon. I feel like caves are almost more manageable without. Oh, there's somebody in here. Zhang Fret.
We meet again. So, you change your mind? Want to hunt the Crossport brothers with me?
What?
Easy coin for you.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, we can hunt them together.
Grand. Let's get going then. I've picked up their trail. They shouldn't be far.
I think these are some bandits or something. Okay, we meant to switch this to the cat potion. There we go. All right. Keep our eye open for bandits and treasure. Okay. Nothing of note. So this is the cat potion. I don't know if I don't know if I like it better or not. Which way is he gonna go? Left or right? Ah. Bandits.
This one's got bollocks. Your mom.
Oh boy. Right. Man, it felt really good to not have that arrow, you know, poking us out, causing us to stumble.
Went well, I thought. Maybe you'd consider working together for a spell. Seems you have a gift for this.
I think
kind of
he's a
work.
bounty hunter.
Thanks. Once is enough. So long.
Chest here. There it is. Enhanced Ursine armor, the full set. And as we all know, if you've got new armor,
Ye seek trouble? Don't. It'll find ye.
he's got rope shoes. Look at this footwear. Wow. He's got baskets on his feet. Wow. I wonder if they're actually kind of nice. I know it looks like he's freezing cold, but I don't know. Maybe they're like actually kind of like breathe nicely and like hold up okay. I don't know. You got new armor, then you of course need a master armor to make it.
Geralt, good of you to come by. What can I do for you?
The usual.
Need some armor made. Witcher's armor.
Yeah. I was completely wrong. We need to actually find the pants, the gloves, and the boots. They're all separate. The only thing we actually unlocked was the chest piece. So we can at least upgrade this. But we're not actually wearing the chest piece. I think we actually have both upgrades here. The superior. Wow, it's very expensive though. We need a Demetrium plate, which we do not have, and it's 1,000. Wow. Okay. Well. Oh. And we need to be level 30, which we are not. Okay. To get the superior armor on. I see. So to be fair, we have access to... We are level 25, so we can at least get on the enhanced gear. Okay, I guess we go find... I thought we pick up the whole set, but we need to find the blueprints for the boots, the gloves, and the pants. Ooh. Whoops. Oh, Skellige. Totally not our home away from home. How we've not missed you even a little. I really enjoyed Skellige. It was a good change of pace from the mainland with the islands and the boats and the mountains and, you know, the Nordic inspirations and whatnot. That being said, I just was not planning on returning here anytime soon. I thought we would instead kind of adventure on.
That's enough.
But did we take a wrong turn? No, it's like we come up here and turn right. And according to my preliminary research, somewhere up this way, we will find another piece of the armor set, which is always exciting. I wanted to make sure that we weren't falling too far behind in gear level, as we are pushing into higher level content. And I think we're doing okay on our steel sword, but I think our silver sword, I don't actually know where I'm going. I just slapped a pin in it. Found the cave entrance. Hopefully it's not too tricky, but somewhere in here. What was that? It sounded like a monster growl, but kind of like an upset stomach sound.
Eat you. Goulash of neckersis. Much onion.
What?
Onion rotty must be.
Oh no.
Scared. Plug bunghole with finger.
Don't do that.
No. Supper no.
Oh my goodness. We walked into the fart cave. Don't mind. Oh, never mind. I thought we could talk about it. I kind of forgot. Oh, gosh. How tanky these guys are. Ah! Come on, we gotta even the odds. It is nice to know our deflection worked on troll rocks. Watch. Ah! Joe, you gotta stop it, man. No! It's just, this air's gotta be toxic. What do they eat? Okay, well, I want to forget this as fast as possible. Diagram, boots. All right, we got the boots. But the cost was way too much. I would not have come here if I knew this was going to be like this. This was maybe one of the foulest dungeons we've been through. Item poker. We picked up a poker. Nice. Well, I don't think it was worth it. We didn't need the boots that bad. Man. Apologize for subjecting everyone to the fart cave. I had no idea it's going to be full of flatulence. There's one more thing. Oh, we're going back in. Hold your breath. Officially my least favorite cave in the history of ever. Why is it like this? What did they eat? We'll leave the fire burning. I mean, like we've got to like do something about this environment. Mercy. All right, on to the next one. Hopefully it's, I don't know, less stinky. I'm not happy. So the next part of the armor set is somewhere out here in the wildlands of the waters. Hopefully it's relatively uneventful. I don't know if I need to go around these rocks or through them. Looks like some drowners. Or something. A little tough to tell. Maybe it's an underground cave. I don't see any treasure jump out to me here. Alright. Well. Not sure why we can't use our sign either. Ah, there we go. Here's a cave. Okay. My notes here just say, like, in cave by this rock. Okay. Could it be this easy this time? I say yes. Nope. Alright, we got the pants. Yay. You have to know this is like a freezing cold and just a mean rain. Up here where there's snow in the mountains. You know when it's raining like this, it's just wet, miserable, and cold. Oh my goodness. You're just trying to stay dry so you can keep warm. I mean, this is just a hard landscape. I mean, what do you farm? Raiders. What was that? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's wraiths. Well, somewhere around here is supposed to be my goodies. Huh? Huh? Wraiths are a little tricky, all that teleporting around. How many are here? Was there a third? Spectre dust. Some mutagen. Looks like there's some structure here. Should be part of the set. Maybe? There it is, the gauntlets. Okay. Awesome. Okay, we're going to try again to craft an upgraded set of armor to match our level and progression. Starting with the boots. Okay, enhanced boots. We're short on some fur. So we're at 9,800 monies right now. Boots, done. Gauntlets, cost 100. And the pants, another 100. Now, granted, they cost that because we already have the 2 pieces of silk, the 1 piece of cured leather, the 5 pieces of silver, the 2 leather scraps, and the monster liver, right? And it already switched it on for us. Perfect. So we're going to keep on the warrior's leather jacket. We do have the full set, though, which I think is kind of fun to put on. But I don't really love this look with these big, like, you know, flappy parts here way down by our ankles. You know, if we were hanging out in the snow all the time, maybe. But I'm just not in love with it right now. Seeing as we are level 25, it is probably worthwhile to have on a full set of level 25 gear. It's a full set of Witcher armor. It is the enhanced Ursine armor. It's a lovely armor set. Really happy with it. It's good to know that we are at least kind of keeping up with stuff. We're going to keep on our Warrior's leather jacket, as I think that's nice. And it doesn't look bad together, right? Kind of the green and the blue and whatnot. With the pants. They're a little green, right? So they pop a little bit. Check the back. Very nice. Man, we must ride Roach too much to have such a flat booty. I don't know what we're doing, Grout. We got to work on that, man. But I think, why do we look surprised? He's like, what? But I think this is fine. Like the gloves look pretty okay. The boots are fine. Nothing oh my goodness. Nothing too cursed about the footwear. Yeah, this is fine. I'm happy with this. We'll take it. It's not bad. And then we already actually have, if we go to crafting here, we already have somehow we picked up the superior Ursine set as well. Looks like it's no longer green and we're short on some ingredients and we need to be level 30, which is 5 levels from now, which is pretty significant. So I don't feel too bad that we're not rocking it yet, as we've got some time. And then looks like there's a mastercraft level after this as well. Okay. All in all, I'm really thrilled with where we are in our progression here. I know it's easy to get kind of lost and everything. Dandelion actually asked us for a little bit of help. He apparently needs us to, big old air quotes here, borrow a sword. A prop sword, apparently. Hopefully it's not too much of a big deal. So they can just borrow it, but sometimes what seems like not that big of a deal turns into quite the big deal. She's just here checking out herself in the mirror. Love that.
Ah, so good to see you.
Got a request. Need to borrow one of your props. One of the swords you use for stage battles.
My, whatever do you need that for?
I don't know, but Dandelion claims it's essential.
Oh, yes. I suspected Master Dandelion might have a hand in this. I certainly hope you don't aim to compete with me. Voila.
Of course we don't.
Thanks. I'll try not to damage it. So long.
Us try to compete with you. New item, blunt sword. I have never been more offended. You sent a master monster slayer here to loot a blunted sword. I'm serious. I don't think we've ever been more insulted. You know what else is going on, by the way? We have a bunch, like a whole bunch of coins that we haven't been able to trade in.
How can I be of service?
Like we're holding more than 1,000 coins. I just don't know. Will they ever? Yeah, I don't know if we'll get 1,000 back, but we should get more than 1,000.
Got some coin I'd like to.
I don't know what the
convert into
ratio
crowns.
is.
You've come to the right place. A better rate you'll not find anywhere in the city.
Let's see what we ended up with. 2,503. There we go. Yeah, like we had a whole bunch. But you really do wonder, couldn't get a better rate somewhere else. Because I don't know what the rate of exchange is, but I definitely always walk away from there feeling like we absolutely got tossed. But it's because we don't have enough information, right? Like we don't know that it's a bad rate. Where's Dandelion? Meet Dandelion after dusk. Oh, it's like 1 a.m. Sure, plenty after dusk.
Ah, finally
Of
made
course.
it. Listen, here's the plan. Sophronia loves adventure-filled romance novels. I can be a hero in her eyes if I can just save her from a bandit. I'll have her eating out of my hand, and there's no way she'll begrudge me that loan.
Want me to be the bandit?
Knew you'd see the sense in it right away.
That's your whole plan?
Are you serious? That's your brilliant plan?
I never called it brilliant, but any kind of plan is better than none. Written your lines already.
You've written what?
So you know what to say during the performance. Here, and your mask. Put it on. Sophronia can't recognize you.
But...
No time. Sophronia's coming. Stick to the plan. We'll meet at the Rosemary in the morning.
Okay. I just can't imagine this goes well.
Stop right there.
What is this? Help! Save me!
Tremble, flaxen-haired wench, and bow before the Prince of Thieves.
Not so fast. Drop your sword, scoundrel.
Oh my goodness.
This is your first and last warning.
Dandelion!
'Tis I, though the scum of the city call me the Crimson Avenger.
Crimson Avenger?
No, not the Crimson Avenger.
Silence, vermin! You shall regret the day you were born.
Already doing that.
Dandelion!
Ah!
On guard!
I mean,
Oh no.
Crimson
Ah!
Avenger!
I've been hit! Ow!
To the house, quickly! He shan't get us there! Eternal fire, what do you want from us? Leave us be!
Oh.
This rogue will soon run off. I'm sure of it. He wouldn't chance getting caught by the guards.
We really wouldn't.
Would he?
Run! We're running. Panic. I hope it works. So if I'm remembering correctly, dude needed a little money. He knew somebody who'd give him a loan, was a little upset with him. He was trying to get back in their good books with an elaborate lie of some kind. I don't want to pretend to understand the intricacies of the bard's relationships. That would be foolish of me, as I'm not a bard. I'm a monster hunter. It's our friend. They said this would help them out. Didn't we have a quest for this square here? Butchers. Yeah, I feel like we had a quest for right where we are. Huh. Alright, we're supposed to meet him here in the morning. So let's go ahead and pop into the AM here. We will meet Dandelion here in the morning.
Not enough time already. Just hopped out for a smoke.
Oh look, they're like there's construction going on.
Decide on a color now.
Okay, there we go. Look at this. Oh boy.
There's been a misunderstanding. You're here too early.
We agreed to meet today, so we've come today. Supplies are all hauled in and the crew's raring to work. We'll start just as soon as our lovely directress gets round to deciding on the decoration.
But Dandelion doesn't even have the coin to pay you.
Turns out he does now, or soon will. At any rate, he's working on it.
See, it's all peachy. So will you finally decide what style you want for this interior?
What are the choices?
What are our choices?
Master Dandelion said he was torn between boudoir style and theatre decor. Promised to let us know his choice soon as we arrived. Now we're here, but no decision's been made.
Oh.
And the lady's horribly surprised she's to choose. Though apparently this whole renovation's for her sake.
For me?
Well, it's not for me. Now, would you please decide where I bust a vessel?
I've no idea what Dandelion would like. Geralt, you've known him longer. Say something.
Oh man. Dude. He's kind of a theatrical dude, right? Theatrical, sure. I don't know.
You're both stage artists, and cabaret's a form of theater. Interior should reflect that.
A wonderful choice it is. At last. Gentlemen, you're done lollygagging. Get to work.
Yeah, stop lollygagging. Where's Dandelion?
Well, well. Guess this cabaret's the real thing.
Ever since Dandelion inherited this place, he's talked about it constantly. I just never expected him to take action. And so quickly.
Who knows? Might even settle down now. He'll have to keep an eye on the business. Who would have known?
Despite what people say about him, Dandelion approaches life very rationally.
Yeah, I don't know.
We talking about the same Dandelion? Man who loses a fortune worth half of Novigrad in one night.
Dandelion can also be responsible. He always pays anyone who works for him on time, and he's never missed a performance.
Sure hope your opening won't be the first. He's still not here.
Well, he said as soon as he got the coin, he'd go see Polly, our choreographer. She's missed the last few rehearsals. I certainly hope he's not gotten into trouble.
Anything's possible with Dandelion. Let me see if I can't find him.
She said the choreographer? Okay, let's see. Witcher. Let's see if we can't find the choreographer, I guess. So remember, Dandelion inherited this through someone's will, which means there's a pretty good chance he didn't even know that this was going to be his responsibility to choose to do well with. And I think it's kind of fun he's trying to make something out of it. He's not just simply saying, meh, sucks to suck. Oh, here he is. Look at this.
What's the ruckus about?
Polly and her half-brained fiancé. They're fighting. She's the only one in this town who knows anything about choreography, and that lummox won't let her work for
Why not?
Hold on. What are you doing here? We were going to meet at the Rosemary.
We were, but you didn't show. Priscilla started to worry, so I came to see how you were doing.
Priscilla started worrying about me? That's so nice.
Less for her than for you, I'm sure. So let's get back.
Did you not hear what's going on in there? We've got to help Polly. Why do beautiful women always end up with such dicks?
No idea. Stand back. I'll break the door down.
Wait, do we have to destroy her house? She keeps a spare key around here.
You're kidding me. How do you know about the spare key?
How would you know she keeps a spare key around here?
It's not as if we started working together yesterday. Before Polly joined forces with Hubio,
You'd visit her? Often?
I'd hide out here while Priscilla and Polly rehearsed at the Rosemary in time. They worked on the dance numbers I composed.
So, Polly's not one of your...
I never mix business and pleasure.
The one exception being Priscilla.
Who you were just saying is worried about us. So enough of the chatter and start looking.
Okay.
Fine. Let's find the key.
There's a rock.
Not here.
Damn it. Now where
There's a
would she
bucket.
be? Geralt?
Key.
The key.
Now they've got their new king, perhaps the Skelligers will calm down.
They keep a key. Just sitting outside the house. Of course they do.
Whoa! What the devil's this? Get out of my house!
Watch it, and leave the woman alone.
What the... She's my betrothed.
But I'm not your property.
I love her. I'll not let her sway in his brothel.
Whoa, slow down there a minute. This is clearly one gigantic misunderstanding. One I can clear up in the blink of an eye.
My friend asked you nicely, so please be courteous in return and hear him out, or we'll settle this another way.
All right. Talk.
Hubio, right? Polly's told me so much about you. She said you're erudite and have an open mind.
You said that?
Let him finish. There's no brothel involved.
You see, friend, Geralt just hit the nail on the head. For what you have there is the old publicity placard.
Old?
Very. From a time when my establishment was under different management. I, however, would never let any indecency take place in my cabaret. My very reputation precludes it.
So, what's all this about?
Your betrothed is a first-class artiste, and I want to offer her a position worthy of her talents. She's to be my choreographer, and that in turn means she'll receive a share of the proceeds from every performance she choreographs.
You mean to say... coin?
And fame. No flirting required. You have my word.
Suppose... in that case...
I knew you'd agree.
It's settled then. See you at the Rosemary, Polly.
All right.
Well,
Was that good?
I'm off.
I'll catch up to you. Whew. Never expected that to go so well.
You handled it well, Dandelion. Man was putty in your hands once you called him erudite.
In negotiation, as in combat, the key is to find your opponent's weak spot and exploit it to the hilt.
So, time to head back?
I've still got to stop by Rotlick's. Commissioned some new placards from him a while ago, but Hubio came across the old version. Plowing artists got some serious explaining to do.
What's these play cards?
Who's Rotlick?
Never heard of him? Hank Rotlick, famous portrait artist?
Commissioned a portrait artist to paint your placards?
Henry's an old friend, needed the coin. And I decided we needed new placards to promote the opening performance. Seats won't fill themselves, you know.
Okay.
I'll go see Rotlick. You head back to the Rosemary, or Priscilla will have my head.
Really? You'd go?
No, said that for the hell of it. Tell me where he lives.
Portside.
See you soon.
Okay. Well. Wait, can we go back in this house? No. There were so many locked houses that, again, it's locked. It's an instance, right? But so many locked houses that unexpectedly, like, a quest opens them up. Here in Novigrad. This is one of those quest chains with Dandelion here that's actually impenetrable if we continue the Isles of Mist quest, the main story. So I'm glad we kind of stumbled our way back into it, because I forgot about it. And he's not even home. A complete waste. He's apparently at some other location. Ah, there it is, Vegelbud residence. Yikes. All right, here we go again. We don't even know what these Vegelbuds do. Like, why do they have this fortune? Man, I hope we don't have to race.
You Rotlick?
Henri Rotlick, artist, painter, debtor, and martyr to my art. At your service.
Dandelion sent me.
Oh, yes. But tell him his placards are done and safely hidden away. Yet, alas, I cannot fetch them, as a group of angry creditors has seized my home. And now, Count de Louverton has offered me the chance to win it all back. I'm to wager on a race.
Okay, what's your plan?
What's there to worry about? This is your chance to settle up, get a clean slate.
I've had a spell of bad luck lately. Should I agree to de Louverton's offer and lose, I shall be in bondage to him for all time.
Oh my goodness. I'll win the race for you. I'm not paying off this debt, dude.
Let's do this. I'll enter the race. You'll bet on me, win, pay your debts, then give me the placards.
You're that good a rider?
Far from the worst. Go tell the Count you accept his offer.
Yikes. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Every time. The good news is we've run this race a couple times, I feel like. Bad news is there's like serious rubber banding. It feels like it's always super close. We almost could have made it off of one chunk.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I never expected this. May I ask to what I owe this generosity?
Let's just say I like to do a good deed from time to time. Can we get those placards now?
I'll bring them to the Rosemary in time, just as soon as I settle my obligations.
Fine. See you there.
Okay. We head back to Dandelion. 80 monies. Nice. All right. So I guess we had a little bit of a choice there. We could have chosen to just pay off the debt, right? Which would have cost us 200. But we instead chose to... You're kidding me, right? Oh my goodness. I just tried to get over that rope. It's always the Vegelbud's estate. We instead chose to compete in the race, and we won, and we got the... It's not probably a better saddle, is it? No, it's like 3 times worse. But at least we can sell it for some cash, right? All right, let's go tell Dandelion that things are going well. He's going to be thrilled. Well, it looks like the place is really coming together here. It's a great location here where everyone walks by. Have these little steps up and these kind of railing here, right? We can see there's some kind of a marketing campaign here out front. You can see up top, very near us. Oh, it's the chameleon. Huh.
Lost your hair lately.
I guess it got renamed the Chameleon. I love it. Here we go.
So, we start in G major, and...
I've told you, the piece is sad, melancholy. It needs a minor key.
This is so
But I
fun.
wanted
To ruin everything. We'll start in E minor.
Look at this. It actually looks like not a dump. It's all kind of come together. Let's just see if we can loot things quick because, you know, it's a thing we totally do. Oh, boy. So they've got the... Oh, we've got a stash tab here. Nice. Who knew? I mean, I guess I kind of knew. Whoops.
My. Nice work.
We're in it now.
They've a long way to go yet. Straighten that line. Hannah, lift your knees. Higher. There you go.
So here's Polly, the choreographer, and the dancers for the performance. Very exciting stuff. Trying not to get pulled into a conversation. I like to be able to walk into a room and like pull out my Witcher senses. There we go. All right, and this is fun for me as well. This portrait here of Dandelion, big old two-hander, slaying the big old flappy beast, is the exact same portrait. I know. Everything's Gwen. No matter what happens. There it is. The Dandelion card. That is the portrait from the Dandelion card. Very cool. All right, let's get involved here. We've got the usual suspects. I guess Dudu walked away. Oh, there he is. Priscilla, Dandelion.
Well. See, the crew's been hard at work. Not bad.
I love it. Especially the, accoutrements on the wall. What about Rotlick? Did you get the placards?
Of course.
Rotlick said he'd bring them on his own. Should be here soon.
Great! The best way I can think of to promote the chameleon.
You renamed it, huh?
Never mentioned wanting to change the name.
Rosemary and Thyme wasn't all bad, but it conjured images of Temerian cuisine served by waitresses in peasant garb. Chameleon's a lot better for a cabaret, apart from which it emphasizes that the place has undergone a transformation. Just a better ring to it all round.
Okay. How's the choreography coming along for your performance?
What about choreography? Prepared anything special for the opening?
We haven't. But Polly has. She's priceless. Came in and brought the girls in line before I could say knickers. Premiere will have the audience on their feet, on their knees, both at the same time.
All right.
Guess everything's ready. So when's the opening?
Soon. We start our dress rehearsal in an hour. I just need to nip back home for my dress.
Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it.
Seems my cabaret dreams are about to come true. So, around to celebrate? I'm buying.
Sure.
Why not?
That's my boy. The foreman mentioned he saw you and Priscilla talking.
He's all right.
And she say anything about me?
I think she considered you rational.
She said something that made me think she's not entirely normal.
What?
That you're responsible, got your feet planted firmly on the ground.
You're pulling my leg.
Not this time. One thing's eating me. How do you manage to get the loan from Sophronia?
Oh, wasn't easy. She got so excited about our performance, I had to read to her for 4 hours. 4 hours from the Cloak and the Dagger.
Wow.
You mean you didn't...
Are you crazy? Who do you think I am? She's late, of course. She knew how important this night was to me.
Of course she did. Probably just making herself gorgeous. Takes time.
So it's true. A woman's vanity knows no bounds.
Master Dandelion! Priscilla!
What? What?
What?
Say it.
Speak, man.
Spit it out.
She's badly, been attacked.
What?
They took her to Valmerius Hospital.
You're kidding me.
Attacked? She's hurt? Geralt, come with me, please.
Of course. Let's go.
No way.
Gods.
This feels targeted.
Priscilla.
There's no way this wasn't
Is she
intentional.
gonna live?
I'd say that's certain. Her condition's critical but stable. Beg your pardon, but you are a relative?
Relative? No, a friend. A very close friend.
Dandelion, correct? She uttered the name in her few moments of lucidity. I am Joachim von Gratz, head of surgery. Until recently, a lecturer at Oxenfurt Academy.
Enough of the courtesies. What are her injuries, besides her eye?
A concussion, cranial swelling, incision into her larynx, and scalding inside the throat and esophagus. Clearly someone forced her to imbibe a caustic fluid.
This was targeted. This wasn't like a crime of opportunity. This was, this is serious. There was no robbery, huh?
So this was no ordinary attack, no robbery.
Clearly not. It was the act of a demented mind, and not its first.
What do you mean?
How can you know that?
I've seen wounds like this. They're not the kind one would forget, don't you agree? In fact, just this week, a corpse turned up in the morgue with similar injuries. And no heart.
No.
What eats a heart? There's got to be some monster.
You mean that might have happened to Priscilla? Is someone looking into this?
This is Novigrad. Only the innocent burn here.
Geralt, I know I owe you 100 times over, but I need to ask you another favor. Find him and kill him.
Don't need any convincing. Come on, Dandelion. Let's think about what we can do.
I would suggest examining the previous victim's corpse.
Oh, thank you.
It has yet to be autopsied. Doing so could very well provide some clues. No need to look astonished, gentlemen. As a surgeon, I know the importance of preventive medicine. Rather than wait for this maniac to strike again, I'd prefer to excise him. Not unlike a tumor.
Now, this guy's my first suspect, but I don't feel like it's him.
Great analogy, but this tumor's not gonna sit there, wait to be excised. Appreciate the help, but I doubt you know what you're getting yourself into.
I know perfectly well, and I assure you I can take care of myself.
Easy assurance to make, harder to back up, especially if you've spent your whole life wielding a scalpel, not a sword.
Again, something to remember here as Geralt the Witcher, we are 100 years old. The man on our right here might look like an old man, but in these times, he might be 28, 34, 42 even, maybe 50, maybe 60, but we probably have, 2 or 3 or 4 lifetimes of experience more. As again, remember, most people, they go about their lives, they work in their professions, and that's it. But as a traveler and a Witcher, we not only kind of live a little more life, I mean, every day is kind of wild. So in a lot of the times in these conversations, Geralt here, he's talking to a child, not because he's talking down to them, but this man's like, hey, I can take care of myself. And like Geralt makes a good point. You train in martial arts, you fight as a warrior on a daily basis. How many times has your life truly been in danger? You might think you can take care of yourself, but hey, man, like, take care of yourself and don't put yourself in this danger.
Look at this scar. Don't be shy. Any idea what leaves such a mark?
A flail. Morningstar, maybe.
What do you think? A blow sustained at the operating table? No? Let me repeat. I know what I'm doing, and I wish to help.
I'm not going to turn down help, but it does feel better to have pressed him a little bit, like you sure about it, you know?
Think they'll let me into the morgue?
By the main entrance, certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
Of course.
Sewers. Travel them often, Doctor?
As often as required for, the pursuit of preventive medicine.
Alternative treatments. Aggressive ones, I'm guessing. Interesting.
We can discuss this en route. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Ready and intrigued. I'll get whoever did this, Dandelion. Even if it's Hierarch Himmelfart himself.
Thanks.
Gotta watch out for that Heinrich Himmelfart guy.
You lead.
He's full of it.
So, preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about?
Think. Sewing up drama victims can grow awfully tedious. Is it not better to nip the problem in the bud?
He's
I
hunting
tried
monsters
to get the
down
temple
here.
guard to enter the sewers, alas, to no avail. So I took... Hear that?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
But of course. Yes?
He's got a crossbow.
What is it? Excellent.
Look at that. He's got a little club too. Make sure we don't miss anything while we're down here. So he's actively down here hunting monsters. Wow. Like, he's kind of brave. And maybe a little bit of a death wish, huh? A water hag. Yeah, this is not a run-of-the-mill monster here, old boy. Like, it's a little beyond just a drowner, you know? There are more of them, by the way. There we go. Come on. Trying to let the old boy get involved. Missed every shot.
Lost it. I kill one, another takes its place.
I know how you feel, believe me.
Ah. I don't think this guy's the killer. I don't think this is the... Like, if he was leading us down here to ambush us...
Where to now? Up?
Yes, it's not far now.
Priscilla.
He would have...
Look, give it to me straight. No sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Troberet. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
Makes a good point there. If he was trying to lead us here and kill us and get rid of us because he's the killer, like, this is not the way to do it. I don't think he is the killer. But someone else is. Or something, right?
Take the ladder.
Okay. Wonder where we come out.
Place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well.
Oh, we're in the city still. Okay, interesting.
We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
A dwarven woodcarver. Huh. So he said we need to watch out for two people, the coroner and a reverend, do you think he said? Did we have a Witcher contract for the sewer that we did not fulfill? I'm kind of like starting to wonder if like it was even possible. Okay, one dwarf. Oh, they're all dwarves. Okay. You think these are the notes on the wall?
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood?
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Hands.
Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience?
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him.
Interesting. I would like to know about
His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think
okay.
there could be a connection.
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
Or maybe it's the way they're finding victims. If we find another victim with syphilis, it's a clue, right? It's a disease that's passed from person to person. If we know these victims all have this specific disease, that's distinctive. Let's check the head.
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes, and some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
Well, that's rude.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
And the larynx?
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel?
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Makes me think that whoever we're looking for has some experience in the medical profession.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
Very curious. Legs.
See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
Mm-hmm. And a different sense of humor.
And lastly, the torso.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin, an incision, but the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Maybe. What did he last eat?
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay. and why his throat scalded.
Who would have formaldehyde and start pouring it into someone who's still alive? Let's examine the chest wound. Like, who works in this building? They're my first suspect.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
He's got an arrow in his hand. Okay, nothing we fought has crossbow arrows. He shot himself in the hand with his own crossbow. Legend. What is that?
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
This, like, we have some clues, but we don't have any leads. This was our first suspect, the guy on the left here. He's no longer a suspect. I mean, he is, but like he's not our prime suspect. I think it's someone else. I think we know everything we're going to know. This guy who's been helping us is obviously a suspect, but I don't think he did it. I think we need to be setting our sights on someone else. We have good clues, but we don't have any good leads just yet. I kind of would like to maybe retrace where Priscilla was, and maybe retrace where this guy is maybe there's some overlap in something.
All right, think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
My best guess. Some of this body has been destroyed by maybe a monster, just based on some of what's been said. But some of this stuff has been destroyed by someone far too human. You know, someone who's, you know, maybe some kind of like sick in the head serial killer kind of a vibe. But some of it's definitely like a monster tore me up vibe. And I don't know if they're working together, if they're separate events, if I'm reading too far into things. But I kind of get the feeling like that maybe there's more than one, you know, predator out there happening to be hunting the same victims. It definitely feels like a ritual murder. But right now, we are not going to share conclusions.
Sorry, rather not share my conclusions just yet.
I understand. For the good of the investigation. Will you at least share what you intend to do?
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to...
As a Witcher, our hearing is supernatural. If this person, this creature snuck up on us, that means they're supernatural. That means we're dealing with something that can disguise themselves as a human if they really snuck up on us. I don't like this guy. He's my new #1 suspect.
Perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
You two know each other?
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine. Long ago.
And not...
Long ago, and he looks so young? Suspicious mark #2. He snuck up on us, and he's way younger than the old guys.
Very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
Vampires. Vampires. Hint, hint. You haven't aged in 30 years. Wink.
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square. just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirates was attacked there. City's abuzz.
The city is not a buzzing. It happened minutes ago. Like, it hasn't been even like an hour.
About it. But the Woodcarver, Eustace, the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, your reverence.
Who are these?
Did you notice the reverends had footsteps?
Oh, greetings.
Maybe I'll try to remember to play it back and edit. You could hear the reverend walk up, how loud he was.
Oh, greetings. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, your reverence.
I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As your reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Why'd you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you.
I think they're in on it. I think him and the reverend are the bad guys. One's a vampire, one's a... I don't know. Tell me about this Nathaniel guy.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel. A rogue. Like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer.
Hold up. In the city's morgue is some kind of vampire who has enough power to masquerade as a human convincingly and had enough power to like teach at Oxford University, like has held positions of power for a very long time, and a retired, air quotes, torturer who now tortures under the name of the Eternal Fire. They're the bad guys, dude. They stink the high heavens of like bad guys.
Delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job. Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
Don't aim to press you.
Thank you. I've nothing to hide. It's just an old wound, unhealed as yet. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
Does he know the other guy's a vampire?
And you're sturdy.
You're right.
Shut off!
Okay. Can we actually go back in and muck about a little bit? See if there's any other clues, the horse whistler, any like suspicious books. The importance of knowing how to sew your own shirt. Some drink. All right, here's here's what my gut is saying right now, right? The dude knows the other guy's a vampire, and he's trying to give us a clue. He's like, "Ah, yes, I remember." Like very loudly, when you told me 30 years ago and haven't aged a day and don't have a reflection in a mirror, it's crazy, right? Ha ha ha. Like he's giving us like big clues, right? Kind of part one. Part two, the guy who used to torture people for fun, or is his job or whatever, right? I think he's back at it. I don't think he ever stopped. I think he's just had to like get better at it, maybe. He's had to like figure out how to do it in a way that doesn't get him in trouble, since if there's no war going on, there's no one for you to torture, I guess. I don't know. I don't quite. I'm stretching here, but my gut says they're both in on it together. But I have a suspicion, and this is where it gets tricky. My suspicion is the vampire. We're assuming he's a vampire until proven otherwise, okay? Or until we get more evidence. The vampire knows the other guy's torturing people, but the other guy doesn't know the vampire's a vampire? Of a book on witchers? Wow, we've never found this book. Portrayal of Rituals, Volume 1. In truth, there's nothing more repulsive than these monsters. The Witcher. Defy nature. They are offsprings of foul sorcery and witchcraft. They are scoundrels with no conscience or virtue. Unscrupulous creatures, able only to take lives. They have no place among decent, honest folk. Kaer Morhen is the keep where these villains nest and practice foul rituals. They must be wiped from the earth, and all traces of it treated with salt and saltpeter to complete the deed. Wow. So someone really doesn't like us. Just want to see if there are any fake walls near. A lot of the sewer had a couple of fake walls you could, like, blast your way through. And we're back in the room we were in. See if we can talk to Hubert again.
Fortunately, Nathaniel had few questions. Any more might have meant trouble.
Uh-huh.
Serious trouble.
Can we attack him right now? What happens? We'll try. We cannot. All right, a little plot armor. Okay. Very curious. And we've come full circle. And I guess with the sewer entrance exit, they have an easy way in or out. And here's the city morgue. It just looks like a regular medieval building we've walked by several times. Wow.
Armed ruffians in town. Scandalous.
So we have three locations. We need to find the corpse collector, and we need to find... Yeah, let's go check on him first, actually. The guy who collects the corpses. Because if we have someone who picked up a fresh one, let's talk to that guy first.
Bandits can't go out in the streets no more.
At least before they didn't used to kill women.
Fall afoul of the king of beggars, and you'll get no mercy no matter who you are.
Interesting.
Armed ruffians in town. Scandalous.
What do you want? Run them down. There's swarms in the
Oh,
city.
Don't mind me.
What?
Just look.
People do not appreciate how hard it is to make money around here. All right, let's talk to Eustace here.
You, Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue.
Fabian. Oh, yeah, I remember. No ice, no art, one of them, right? No purse neither, as I recall.
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One went so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow.
Wow.
Slippery sow, they called her, on account of her.
Some things are best left unsaid. What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one. Oh, shame that was.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left unsaid.
Maybe. So you're searching these bodies, huh?
You search Fabian's body?
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets. Made sure nothing went to waste.
What was in the pockets?
Talk. What did you find on him?
As you wish. Triflings, baubles, gloss-beaded ring, handful of coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment, that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town.
Get out of my sight. Now.
All right. Let's actually look at the character log for a minute here. Oh boy, there's a lot of these dudes. All right, this is the first man we met, the surgeon. And it's very clear this guy knows the other dude's a vampire. Assuming it's a vampire. But it's also clear he doesn't think the vampire is like evil. Or it's outside his control, right? Here's the priest dude who used to torture people. My money is this guy, this Nathan guy. He's still torturing people. That's my best guess. Okay. My second assumption, this guy, Hubert, is the first line. The wave of religiously and racially motivated killings in the spring of 1272 Novigrad coincided with this man's return as coroner at the city morgue. And this man as well. Oh, the clues are there. You love it. You love it. All right. So here is where Priscilla was attacked. And here is where the club is for Dandelion. Let's go check on the woodcutter next. I think that's the next best lead. And we'll do Priscilla's location third. Now, the most interesting thing we learned is that the body collector looted the corpse, which who cares? But what we do care about is the fact that on the corpse was a note already naming Priscilla the next target. Someone had already decided she was next. So it makes me wonder if we go back and observe the dwarf we encounter at the morgue. Is maybe he also had a clue into his locked door. How do we get in here? Maybe there's also some kind of a note on him that implied, oh, by the way, this is that haunted house. What are the odds? Maybe he also had a note on who the next victim is.
Another drifter in from Tamir.
Man, didn't we get a quest for this market? I keep thinking we did.
Pizza rank.
This one? Knock. Here we go. Knock, knock, Dovahkiin.
Anyone home?
Begun, or I'll sick me hounds on you. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down. Come on. Come on in. Slowly now, lest they bite you.
Charming as beasts go.
You daft? Even I'm scared of them. But better backing dog than an evil man at your door.
Got someone particular in mind?
That sounds like a dwarven fortune cookie. Better the barking dog than the evil man at your door. I love that so much.
Sure as shite. Bugger who did Fabian in. Soon as they'd hauled his corpse off, I run to a mate who raises fighting dogs. Bought these two mutts. Cost me a chunk of change. But I sleep sound at least.
Okay. What's your name, old boy?
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
They are
What
fighting
would be
dogs.
now? Just Meyer?
Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family, or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Any obvious enemies, dude?
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
Nay. 'Twas Fabian who threatened this one last. Oh, you were a good dwarf, craftsman like no other. But you were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we put a bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he grabbed the purse and head out whoring.
What do you know about the murder?
Tell me what you know about the murder, in order, in detail.
'Twas like this. Had some work in Oxenfurt, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss him burn another hag. But the smoke wasn't coming from Hyrax Square. It was coming from here.
See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze and found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. In Novigrad, folk give bleeding orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to stain their poor lanes. What do they care about some dwarf?
Okay.
Fine. We've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Okay. Well, it's kind of a sad series of events. Him and his brother came here to the city, and things kind of fell apart.
Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
There are some some good boys here. They just want to play and bite, okay? It's tough, you know, when all you have are teeth.
Murderer dragged something heavy. Statues. Or a corpse.
Oops, locked door.
Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. But I'll open it for you if you want.
Hey, thanks. Before we go in, we really can't loot this one box, dude. Can we notice this pyre though? Doesn't seem like it. I don't like the fact that box is glowing. All right, let's check out this note here. A concerned citizen's sermon? No way. I bet this is written by the killer. Yeah, remember, good people, fire is a blessing and a curse. Yep, okay. Whoever fails to heed the lessons and lives in ignorance shall lose their life to the flames. Yeah, all right. That's signature Senor Killer. Huh. Rake. I was trying to get rid of all these like yellow glowing things so we can get to the red ones and make sure we don't miss anything. And last one. What is this?
Eyes. Humanoid. Completely rotten.
So the torture was done here. Very suspicious.
Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked.
What do we got here?
More blood stains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless somebody got rid of the blood. Left a few stains behind. Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it.
Yeah, well, what would a carpenter do with formaldehyde? Let's talk to Gus again.
Aye.
We have some info if you want it.
Already know what happened. Fabian was in the workshop. Murderer attacked him there. They struggled. Fabian was overpowered. Then tortured. For a time.
I needn't know the details. Truth be told, I haven't the stomach for him.
When it was over, the murderer dragged Fabian to the courtyard, then made a pyre of sculptures, set them aflame.
But why? Why do all that?
To teach a lesson. To him, you, the whole city. Fine, we've talked enough. Won't learn anything else here. Take care.
Yeah, I think the biggest clue was that someone tried to clean up some of the mess to hide the fact that there'd been the level of mess that was in here. And the formaldehyde, right? That was another like huge clue. All in all, you know, the fact that, what are the odds, by the way? That building right there, if we can pull it out, right there, that one, that's the one that was like haunted, and there's like the godling living in now or whatever. And right here, there's a murder torture thing going on, and the morgue's run by a vampire, and there's this quote unquote concerned citizen sermon. That's the killer's notes. And the formaldehyde is also like a crazy big clue. All right. The last official spot to check is where Priscilla was attacked. So we're going to head that way if we can.
Double chase.
See what there is to find there. Oh.
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim. Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
Okay. We're not going until we investigate. We're not going until we finish investigating this location.
Hey, handsome. You scared?
Whistling Wendy. Talk to Whistling Wendy. I bet she knows things. Anyone named Whistling Wendy. What's the good news? Does she not talk? Wendy?
Hey, sis. That him.
Wait. How am I to know? Watch him, see what he does.
Why are we fighting? Why are we fighting? Isn't it sporting of us to not pull out our swords? Roll. There we go. Keep them grouped up. The poor townsfolk. Whistling Wendy not only knows some things, but she's got a bit of a vengeance, huh? You guys need to calm down, dude. Can you guys even afford, a doctor if I beat you up? Oh, boy.
Think you'll gut me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant. Hoes can fight back.
What?
Calm down. I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance.
Vengeance?
Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know.
Who doesn't love some citizen's justice? All the anger, rage, and pain directed at some unsuspecting person for no good reason. See Gerald's face? That's the face I'm making right now. The face of like, oh my gosh, do-gooders.
Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give her pouring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see. Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
Okay.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
I mean, it's always a sad day when we lose buns. All right.
Take care now. I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally, we'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything else here.
Sure.
Oh, my head's ringing.
Just looking around with our Witcher senses. See what we can see here. A very secluded corner of the city here. Isolated even. Let's check this bad boy out. A concerned citizen's sermon, of course. Yep, there we go. So the killer left another signature mark.
A brazier. This time of year? Human. Priscilla's.
So I've got a blood stain.
Man's footprint. The murderer's, maybe. Weight on his heel. Took a step back.
Step back and what? What was the step back for? Wait, there's more footsteps.
Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way.
And did what?
Trail ends here. Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
Yeah, it's pretty significant wall. Huh. And let's check this bad boy out here as well.
A brazier. This time of year? A brazier. This time of year?
I'm assuming this is that formaldehyde.
A brazier. This time of year?
Well, this must be a shortcut through this door to like get around that building there. And someone had an exit strategy planned.
No problem.
I can see that clue there, but I can't quite get the examine on it to pop. There it is.
I know that smell. Formaldehyde.
Watch it, tramp.
Let's talk to Wendy.
So, what is it?
I think I know what happened.
Think I know what happened here. Priscilla fought back, her assailant retreated, and knocked over the brazier. Someone must have heard it. Maybe saw something, started hollering. Guards showed up. Murderer didn't finish the job, didn't cover his tracks. Just collected himself and leapt over the wall. Trail ends there.
It's a huge wall, dude.
You divined all this from a pile of rubbish and a few prints in the mud.
Do that practically every day in my profession. And practice makes perfect.
True enough. Just like I can tell right off if a punt'll pay or try to wriggle out of it.
That particular skill I could use myself.
All right.
Take care now. And I got a murderer to catch.
So, assuming the vampire's taking a bite out of people, and then he sends the priest, not to clean up so much as to. Old man, have you seen anything? No. Old man sees nothing. And he lives a day longer for it. I think. Excuse us. I think the vampire's choosing victims that he knows the other dude will be happy to like torture and kill. And the other guy shows up somehow unbeknownst to him. Maybe he doesn't know he's working with the vampire. I don't know. I think they are benefiting from each other in some way, but I don't know if they each know that they are. Right?
In life, you gotta take risks. What can I do?
But there's it's definitely these guys. Like we don't have any other like good suspects, and all the clues with the formaldehyde. Yep, things with the formaldehyde and with the concerned citizens, you know, whatever. I'm reasonably confident these boys are real trouble. Back into the morgue. Here, we're going the long way around though. Just in case. Just want to look around one more time quick. Yeah, nothing too suspicious. All right. Boom. Another victim, huh?
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
Nice of you, especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter, and I know who you are, what drives you, and more than...
This is a very dangerous monster because he thinks we don't know he's a monster. He thinks he can guide our ship down the river of his choosing. He thinks that this Nathaniel Patsy is going to take the fall for him, but we know what he is. At least we think we do.
Happy to aid your investigation.
Why don't you and Gratz get along? The first guy?
By the way, you and Von Gratz don't exactly get along. Why is that?
I had him sent to prison. You see, Joachim led the student protests in 1242, a senseless and brutal revolt. People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity would be found in the gutter come morning. Their throats slit from ear to ear with surgical precision. Joachim had been my favorite student, but alas, I had to do something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and found work in the morgue, where none care about my past.
Wow.
As Joachim, oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
You look a little young to have been his teacher 3 decades ago, 30 years.
How old's Von Gratz? 50? 60?
53, I believe. Why do you ask?
You look a little young to have been his teacher.
Not surprising. For years, I've lived in the cold and dark, breathing the vapors of embalming fluids. In short, working with corpses extends one's life.
Liar.
Amusing, is it not?
I don't believe you. Why you and Nathaniel don't get along? We're getting a theme here, old boy.
Not fond of Nathaniel?
Very few people are. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it to the bone, because I had forgotten to lock the storeroom.
Really?
Hard to be fond of someone like that, wouldn't you agree?
Tell me about the current victim while you asked me to come here.
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy. Found this morning at his home on a catafalque made of his books.
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad.
Okay, you wanted us here for a reason. Let's play your little game.
Let's start.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi. The victim was bound and forced to drink formaldehyde. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage and... What's this? A parchment made of human skin.
A message from the murderer. The name of his next victim. Patricia Vegelbud.
No way.
Do you know her?
Yes. Even went to her estate once with... Gotta find her, now.
What are you waiting for, Geralt? The murderer could already be at the Vegelbud residence.
A concerned citizen. Really? A concerned citizen? All right, we should be able to get to this fast travel point the fastest. Sometimes in a quest like this, it won't give us like a fast travel point. Like the little breadcrumbs will lead us to...
Till next time, Master.
To the location like they are right now.
The two of yous, sod off.
But
Excuse us. Excuse us. Yep.
The thinking custom.
And hopefully we should just be able to jump over there. Yeah, it's quite a bit of a ways if you don't jump. There we go. Okay, no time to waste. Knock, knock. Guess who? It's us again.
What do you want?
Need to talk to Patricia Vegelbud.
You think any bum off the street can...
Her life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect his charge.
So be it. I'll take you to Lady Vegelbud. Just no trickery. Understand?
Oh, Geralt, what a pleasant surprise.
Not pleasant at all. I gotta see your mother. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now, I saw Mother this morning. She seemed sad, true, but in perfect health.
I'm hunting a serial killer, and I've got reason to believe your mother will be his next victim.
Why, even if it's true, our gods...
He's exceptionally cruel when he kills, tortures his victims, cuts out their hearts. So let's see how she is, just in case.
I find this all very hard to believe, but you appear to be quite serious.
We're very
Please,
serious.
Follow me.
A fire fit for Bellatane,
Greetings.
except it's the wrong time of year.
I mentioned Mother seemed sad. Do you remember? In fact, she's in the midst of a crisis of faith.
Oh?
A rather serious one. We'd been to Novigrad. Mother had seen the pyres in Hierarch Square, uttered not a word on our way home. She had all the holy books, insignias, reliquaries gathered, taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
Wow.
We need to hurry.
We never got to go inside before. Man, I was hoping there was some sweet loot in this place. It is the biggest, fanciest house in all of the lands. Little Nilfgaardian lemon. Oh, I've got no idea. I mean, I have no idea what that is. Butler. There's a bunch of books we've read 1,000 times. All right, fine.
Why the googly eyes? Got a case of the bloat?
Yes, we have a case of the bloat.
Hear that? Calm and quiet. All seems to be in order.
We should go in, just to be sure.
You're relentless, aren't you? Fine. But wait here, please. Mother's certainly not in the mood for guests.
We understand. Run! Run faster.
He ran out the other door! Catch him!
Ran right past the dogs? No way, dude.
Spread out! Murderer's still here!
He's right there. Do they not recognize him?
There he is! Get him!
Stop it.
I'll break your bones!
Where did he go? Chase the murderer. Oh, these guys are pretty serious. You guys need to chill out, dude. I don't really want to kill the guards. They just let me in.
Halt! For I put a bolt between your eyes!
Hey, chill out, man.
Listen, you got the wrong guy.
Save your trickery, taking you to the heiress.
She literally...
Well, killer's already escaped. Lead the way, hero.
We got him, Lady Ingrid. Wasn't easy, but...
Lower that crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
Forgive me. I saw him running. Thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once! Mother! Why did he do this to her? Why?
He's got some kind of need to defend the eternal flame. No idea why.
Because she blasphemed the eternal fire. Only thing that ties her to the other victims. Ingrid, I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body. A note indicating his next victim. May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that. And let her be the last victim. Please.
Here we go. We have the note on who the next target is, and we're going to go and try and catch the killer in the act. There's a very good chance we might be able to. So we are hot on their trail. Now, if the killer was smart, they would switch up their planning, but nah, they'll probably just go right ahead thinking that we don't know about them. So hopefully we can catch a killer. Here we go. Here at the Novigrad docks, we are just outside of Crippled Kate's, and we'll see if we can't find Sweet Nettie here. That's a locked door. Okay. Maybe the front door is around the side here. Try again. Oh!
Sweet Nettie, where is she?
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client. Do not disturb them.
Up the stairs we go. Hopefully to save Sweet Nettie from a terrible fate. She's in so much danger and she just doesn't even know it.
Yet again you disturb me. And I so dislike being disturbed.
What, no foreplay? No formaldehyde? Coals in my eye sockets?
What are you on about?
Murder. You killed Fabian Meyer, Patricia Vegelbud, and many others.
Bollocks. You're mistaken, vagrant.
Who's leaving the letters on the bodies?
Found a message on Patricia's body. Led me here to Crippled Kate's. To Sweet Nettie. If you didn't leave it, who did?
I don't know. But I see we must talk. Calmly.
Who knew you'd be here?
Strangely enough, I don't announce these outings far and wide. There's but one man who... That's impossible. He treats even corpses with kid gloves.
The coroner. Said you were busy, that you wouldn't visit the morgue. Gotta go after him.
Go. But to Warehouse 12 at the docks. He's there this time of day procuring supplies. Formaldehyde. I shall stay here. I've unfinished business with Sweet Nettie. After all, I paid in advance.
We've taken out the trash and we've saved Sweet Nettie. The only thing left for us to do is confront the real killer, who, by the way, was framing this guy. This guy was not doing all the extra stuff. He was just doing regular Eternal Fire stuff. Like, those guys are kind of the worst. But it's clear that the real killer is not only, like, setting up a fall guy, but hiding out somewhere else. And the concerned citizen and all that, I think this guy actually was, like, doing the Eternal Fire stuff, probably with permission from the church. But the reality is... The other dude, he's the real villain here. Here we go. It's quite impressive he's been hiding as a human.
Run out of formaldehyde.
I underestimated you. You almost caught me in flagrante delicto. Now you've seen through my bluff with Nathaniel. Although, you've not divined all, I see. Had you, you would have drawn your silver sword.
What are you?
A vampire. Higher, of course.
For the record, there's some debate around this character's rank as a vampire. Motive?
Got a reason for killing? A reason to torture?
I thought you'd figure that out as well. The symbolism's rather obvious. Coals for those who are blind to the fire. The egg of a salamander born of fire to replace their cold, doubting hearts. Fire down the throat.
Yeah, symbolism's clear. What's not is why a vampire would kill in the name of the eternal fire.
Should be equally obvious. I concur with the Church's diagnosis. Novigrad is a fallen city. Its population amnesiacs to the very concepts of decency and morality. So I decided to remind them, in a manner they'd be certain to notice.
There are other ways. How about that?
There are other ways. Could have set up a soapbox in Hierarch Square, preached from it.
How funny. That's exactly what I did. But none listened. Instead, they laughed, threw stones. Give a thought to my victims. A lecherous woodcarver who'd spend his last copper on whores. An old countess who defiled symbols of the faith. A Trebirates for whom nothing was sacred, nothing above ridicule. They did not deserve to live. But their deaths could be a lesson to others. Awaken them, scare them onto the correct path, the path to the fire, to cleansing, to salvation. For you, I'm afraid it's too late. You are a man of little faith. I sense this.
Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty good with a sword.
It's pretty wild that...
Pretty good. Might not cut it.
Very impressive. Very impressive. So as a catachan, not a higher vampire.
Come on.
But very, very dangerous in that they do not... They're one of the few vampires that just do not show up when trying to detect magic. They have some kind of natural defenses versus magic. But this one must be beyond ancient to be able to masquerade as a human for at the level they do, right? We know that they could... We know they could hide themselves. We know the length of their claws are indicative of their age, and these claws are longer than the hand and the arms almost. We know that they can disguise themselves with speech. Another concerned citizen servant. So the vampire was the concerned citizen. They fully bought into the ideology of the Church of the Eternal Fire. Very interesting that they were swayed so. And were carrying out the ritualistic murders. In addition, I think it's also quite interesting, they consider themselves a higher vampire. I think a higher vampire is a little more fancy than they are. They might be like the maximum power level their species can get to, as they were fully masquerading as a human. You know, that we fought a few of them that had the powers of... We need to put our sword away, I think. Not gonna let me. There we go. We met a few of them who have been able to use human words, who have been able to... Really? There's loot up there. How did we get up to that? We met a few of them who have been able to use human words and, you know, just like jump and grab it. Oh. Imitate us. We've seen some of them wearing, I think, jewelry. Whatever. But this is maybe the oldest, this was maybe the oldest living catachan to be able to disguise themselves so successfully, to be hiding in a... What do you call it? An Oxenfurt, right? Masquerading that they... We're an educator at the university, be in this position of leadership at the mortuary, and then to have a fall guy set up, right? Another priest of the Eternal Fire who just so happens to have been a torturer in a past life. I mean, the perfect fall guy setup. And ignoring all of that,
No discounts, no credit.
the mastery of language, the success in finding occupations. They didn't need to go outside, because remember, the catechans are actually a branch of the vampire tree that does have some weakness to sunlight. So that was a pretty good note as well. Double check if our glossary updated. So again, the type of vampire homie was... Let's see if we can't get our hands on it quick here. In the vampires. Well, I guess they're labeling him a Nikimara, but I call this a catechan. I don't know. But trying to see. Anyhow, let's go let Dandelion and Priscilla know the good news that not only did we, on one hand, the city needs someone to tend the mortuary. They really do. Okay, that is an important job and can't be left just undone. You know, unhandled. Someone needs to be taking care of that. But ignoring all of that,
What was it happened to Foltest again?
we absolutely have done a good thing. And I really want to try and confront the first guy and see if he gives us any clues. Because I think he found out about the guy. And then the guy's like, yeah, I had him in prison. There were some riots and he was the lead suspect. Wink.
With a library.
Talk to Dandelion about Priscilla's condition. Is it all the way outside the city? No. Okay. Just up the hill. It just occurred to me she was like forever away, but I don't know. I do think, though, there's a difference between a higher vampire and a catechin. I think a higher vampire has a little more going on for it, but I don't want to get too involved with that until we maybe meet one. Let's see what's going on here. Okay.
Well, a witcher.
Hello, medic. I think Priscilla's maybe upstairs. Wow. Yeah, we've never been in here before. There's quite a few buildings like this that, because they're like instances for quest, I'm like desperate to like rob them as quickly as I can because darn, we might never get the chance, and we are hurting for cash, man. We really are. All right, let's just get it forward though. Ah, this guy. Yeah, he knew.
Yes, Geralt?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Okay, the coroner told me about your past.
Hubert told me about your past, even more vivid than I'd assumed.
I have not time for riddles, Geralt. Be straight or be gone.
Any truth to his claim that people died during the riots at the university? Died for your cause?
I was young and stupid. I thought a better future was worth any price. Even a human life or two.
Interesting.
But those are past sins. Sins I've atoned for.
Who's your suspect in these murders, by the way?
These murders. Got any suspects?
No, Geralt. Though all in all I should have.
What do you mean?
By virtue of my profession, I know Novigrad's underworld better than most. Dozens of mercenaries, racketeers, bandits, and hired assassins have had their turn on my operating table. Rogues, one and all. But I believe even they could not kill in this manner. So horribly cruel, yet cold, methodical, with absolute precision. Concluding this overlong explanation, I've no notion who's behind it, but I fear them like hell.
You know a woman named Shani?
Know another surgeon from Oxenford Academy. Her name's Shani. Know her? Red hair, cropped short, freckles.
And a hopeless idealist. Naturally, I know her. She was my assistant for a year.
Any idea where she is now?
My gut tells me she's somewhere along the front, patching up pikemen. I told her it would be futile. In the time she saved 100 lives, another 1,000 would be lost. But medics with a mission, you can't argue with them.
Why is the University of Oxenford closed?
Why is the university in Oxenford closed?
Because it suits Radovid. You've not heard the story? The rector wished to grant him an honorary doctorate. The faculty disagreed. Nonetheless, Radovid arrived for the ceremony, donned a gown, collected his diploma, and when it was over, imprisoned the deans and the entire academic senate so they wouldn't raise a stink. I've been at Vilmerius Hospital ever since. But perhaps it's for the best. I'm far more adept, scalpel in hand, than I ever was behind a lectern.
We found the murderer.
Found and killed the murderer. It was Hubert. You were right not to trust him. He was a higher vampire.
I thought nothing could surprise me in Novigrad. Seems I was wrong.
So Geralt just labeled him a higher vampire. Maybe he is, but I thought that that was a species, not a power level. But maybe his species was at a power level equivalent for his class.
Deeply wrong. Thank you, Geralt. Were it not for you, this would never have ceased.
All right.
Farewell. How's...
Better, right?
Yes.
Hey, she can talk.
Did you take care of what I asked?
Yeah. The Witcher's way.
Thank you, Geralt. From me and Priscilla.
The Witcher's way. Hey, you need to take care of her.
Did my part. Your turn now. Take care of her. Good care.
I will. You'll see. Treat her better than the Dryads of Broccolon could.
She's talking again. Nice surprise.
Isn't it? Professor von Gratz told me her wounds are healing faster than a troll's. Not the most flattering comparison, but encouraging. Maybe she might even sing again someday. For now, we'll try performing as a duo. She'll play the lute, I'll sing. Dandelion and Calinetta. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Sounds great. Good luck, Dandelion. On stage and off.
Double check there's anything else we can talk about in here. Yes. I don't think there's going to be. No. So this entire quest chain, again, is another one of those that is completely missable if you do not take the extra time to run it down before you like push forward in finding Ciri. And I'm shocked by how many of these like really fleshed out, fully formed, like unique characters, special places, murders, mystery solved are just not just optional, but like easily missable. Let's talk to Priscilla first.
Sorry, Geralt. My throat's still quite...
Say no more. Get well soon.
Yeah, her talking is huge. Dandelion.
Geralt?
Okay. You know, one other little fun tidbit about this quest. One little, like, hint. If you follow a different set of steps, you're going to find out that you can actually miss out on all the clues there's a vampire. Remember the carpenter, the dwarf? He was like, hey, there's like a lack of blood in here. Yeah, because a vampire ate the blood. Not because like a murderer tried to clean up behind himself. No, a vampire ate the blood, right? You know, and there's other clues of the vampire. The wall that was jumped over was way too high. The Witcher's like, hey, I'm superhuman and I couldn't jump this wall. And remember when he walked up on us, he had footsteps, but they were the footsteps of a predator. They were very quiet, they were very sneaking, they were very stealthy. They took their time and they just kind of pranced up on us in comparison to the priest of the eternal fire, who, by the way, we have no reason to believe was not carrying out the church's orders. The eternal fire dudes are kind of some bad dudes. So the fact that he's been going around torturing people is not out of their playbook. It is not outside of, you know, their rolling things. So I hate to... Who is this guy? We got a full...
Why must you pester me?
Just pestering, dude. Kind of a thing we do. Where was I? He was going around torturing people. Does not mean that he was not following the church's orders. Who it has enough power to kind of do what they want. So on one hand, it might seem like, he was a villain. Yeah, but he's no more villainous than any other of the Church of the Eternal Fire people. Locked door. Interesting. That's something special. All right, so let's say we missed out on discovering the vampire. We missed all the clues, which is possible. Absolutely possible. And when you go to confront the priest, if you just are like, wow, he's the guy, and you kill him, because you can kill him on the spot, he will not confess to you. Oh, she's still here and everybody left her? Wow, great work, fellas. You gotta be kidding me. And I hope she recovers. Where was I? If you confront him and kill him, you won't get the confession. You won't get the information that the vampire is the real guy. And that the vampire is not only the real guy, but he's also the one that's been like framing this other guy. He's got a fall guy. Okay, what happens next though? Like that's what is like,
So his mother paid.
you know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, just doubly impressive. Ready for this? Okay. A few days later, you're going to find a body, okay, next to Triss's hideout, right? Her little, take a wrong turn here? What is this? How do we get so lost? Next to Triss's hideout, remember the room she was hiding in? There, you'll find a body there with a note, a letter, taunting us. We will find a letter taunting us. That's right, specifically naming Gerard, right? Taunting us for not capturing him. Then we can go to the morgue, okay, and find a full confession for the vampire. Haha, you didn't catch me. Here's what I'm doing. I'll carry my work somewhere else. And that's the end of it. That you can not only miss the murderer, but the murderers will then continue to go on and kind of to pile on top of that. They don't just keep going on, but they also like leave a body for us to find, and they leave a body for us to find, and a full confession note in the morgue. Like, oh gosh. Hey, that was bad. Well, I hope I didn't just glitch myself into some new, oh boy. We can get this. Don't worry about it. Full confession as well. I mean, legendary. And all of this... Oh, boy. Can we sprint up it? Whoop! Ouch! Oh, my knees. Sorry about that, old boy. Some old goat hide. Worth... All that completely optional. You could miss literally all of it. There's nothing... You can just keep going on with the main story and just never encounter any of that. And it's kind of wild to me that unique characters, unique quest log, all of it.
Elven blood, eh?
I don't know. Is optional. It's not just like kind of optional. It's missable. It's not just kind of missable. It is easily missable. I mean, there's no. I cannot believe we fell off. There's no reason to even stumble into it if you're not super careful. And I'm kind of shocked by it. Just how many things are
Vagrants from Velen?
vagrants from Velen. That just rolls off the tongue. It's kind of wild to me that that's the case, but it feels good. We got the murderers, you know, out of business, and you know, we save Priscilla. She can still talk, and you know, the Witcher's way.